We've got breaking news out of New Jersey this afternoon to get to, and I am so excited to tell you that Shaneen Allen, the DA, has now accepted Shaneen Allen into that pretrial intervention program, reversing his decision from months ago. And joining us on the program to talk about it, Ginny Simone, my colleague here at NRA News, and the reporter I think has done more than anybody else in spreading the word about Shaneen's story. And Shaneen's attorney, Evan Nappen, is with us on the program as well. Jenny and Evan, thank you both for joining us today.
Oh, what great news. It's unbelievable, Cam. I know you want to get to Evan too, but I'll tell you what. We were just landing in the Philadelphia airport to head to court tomorrow for her pretrial conference. So, I mean, it is just amazing that the prosecutor has made this decision considering where he was at the start.
That's right. Ginny, you have really been wonderful and just great with your coverage. And I am so happy, not just for Shaneen, who is ecstatic and happy as well, but also because the Attorney General, now that's different from the prosecutor in this county, the Attorney General for New Jersey issued a clarification to their guidelines specifically allowing folks like Shaneen into the PTI program so that her fight and the fight that all of us have participated in here will help many, many others. And the PTI program makes it so that Shaneen will not become a convicted felon. She will not go to jail. She will not lose her gun rights. And this is absolutely an excellent outcome. And it was an extraordinary fight because she was originally approved by the program, but then denied by the prosecutor. We filed an appeal of that denial to the judge, who upheld the denial and still would not let her into the program. But now the prosecutor and the Attorney General have changed their position. So it is a great, great day.
And, you know, Cam, it was so fascinating. I just got off the phone with Shaneen. She called me, and she just was, I mean, she was speechless. She couldn't believe it. And as she has said from the start of this, I am not in this fight for myself. And as Evan just pointed out, look what the Attorney General said. But I think what's also important to point out, Cam, is the change of heart this prosecutor really had. Because in his letter to the judge today, he points out that she's a lack of a criminal record, that she would likely respond positively to PTI. Now, that's not what we heard in the courtroom. What we heard is, yes, she would have been a good candidate, but there was a stronger demand to prosecute her because she would be a deterrent to others. And, you know, Evan, I wanted to ask you, because I know that she can still carry a gun, but as I understand from the letter, she has to forfeit the firearm she owns now and the ammunition.
Well, that is true, and that is not uncommon in PTIs. Because that gun was evidentiary in the charge, that is a common occurrence because that's the evidence underlying the charge, so that's how it goes. But as much as I hate to see any firearm lost, the good news is she will be able to buy another gun. It simply is money in this case, representing value, and it's something we all want to fight for. But the bottom line is she's not a felon. She doesn't lose her gun rights. She'll buy another gun, and she'll be able to defend herself, and she'll be able to be a mother to her two young boys. So it's unfortunate that factor is part of it. But in the big picture, what really counts here is that Shaneen Allen will not be destroyed by New Jersey's gun laws.
And isn't that the truth? Because we've all watched her these several months. And, Cam, I can only tell you, and you have kids, what this was like for this family. None of us could ever appreciate the pressure, the stress, the fear. Will we have a mom? All those things going through that family's head. And today, they have a chance to get their lives back, all of them. The kids don't have to go to school worrying about this. They don't have to fear what's going to happen to my mom, how long. I mean, she was facing up to 10 years. Gosh knows what could have happened. So it really, as Evan said, the most important thing is she will not be a felon, and she will keep her rights and her freedom to own a firearm.
That's right. Remember, the last
Absolutely.
deal the prosecutor offered.
Evan, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I was going to say, no, go ahead, finish your thought here. I've got a couple of
Well,
questions for you, but go ahead, finish your
deal
thought.
that the prosecutor offered her was 5 years in state prison with a minimum mandatory 3.5 years, and now there is no jail, and she will not become a convicted felon. That is the proper outcome when someone makes an honest mistake like Shaneen did.
Now let's talk about, and you're absolutely right, and it sounds like, based on what the Attorney General has said, that others far beyond Shaneen are also going to perhaps see charges dropped. There's no reason why you should be facing prison time for making a mistake like this. I know that Jim McClain, the DA, has said that he's going to go back and look at other cases. Is this going to apply across the state of New Jersey now?
Yes.
I mean,
Remember,
how big a change is this?
Is under Christie. Remember, that's Christie's Attorney General. That's the state Attorney General who has issued this clarification that all county prosecutors, including Prosecutor McClain, will now follow. And so it is statewide and has much broader significance than just Shaneen, which was why Shaneen truly is and was a crusader for change. And she has succeeded in that regard as well.
And, Cam, this has struck a nerve, as we all know, across this country. I mean, the supporters that she has, and the state legislature, Assemblyman Dancer was pushing forward a bill to change this. Now, already the Attorney General has gotten ahead of that. But the pressure, I'm sure, and I don't have proof of that, I'm speaking from my own assumption, had to be immense because the communities, the public, the people were speaking out about the injustice in New Jersey. I mean, this woman made an honest mistake. She told the state troopers, I have a firearm with me, because that's what she was taught in class. She'd only had that firearm 1 week, never fired, 3 safety locks on it. And it really does drive home the injustice that the people in New Jersey deal with and the injustice that the visitors deal with. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And not only that, but I'd also like to say that a very special thanks is due to the NRA, to Ginny's excellent reporting, to this show, to the media that NRA, from the cover of First Freedom magazine to all the internet. NRA was out front and supporting Shaneen and made a huge difference in her case as well. So every NRA member should be proud. Absolutely.
And, the other thing that Evan's always pointed out, Shaneen, like many other people who've been in her shoes, could have just said, you know what, I just want to plea, I want to get this over with. But she wouldn't do that. First of all, she didn't want to be a felon. But more importantly, she understood the importance of her firearm freedoms, her Second Amendment, and she wasn't going to give that up for anything. And it's proven and paid off for her because, in the end, she's won. Victory has won.
She has.
Someone calls her a crusader of change, and she is a crusader of change.
Absolutely.
Ginny, Simone, Evan Nappen, listen, thank you so much for coming on the program. And, Evan, I want to put in my interview request right now to talk with your client whenever she's available, all right?
Well,
Absolutely.
Cam, I got first dibs. I'm going there tonight. I'll have a report tomorrow, and we'll get it up on the Internet as soon as. But I'm meeting with Evan and Shaneen tonight, and it will be a wonderful opportunity to just really, really, really be thankful and give each other hugs because she deserves it. She has really lived a nightmare, and it's over, finally over.
And she's such a nice
Ginny,
person,
Simone,
a great person, and it is wonderful that this was able to be achieved. And it took everybody's efforts here to make it happen. But real change has happened. Real change. It's great.
Hey, listen, thank you both for coming on the program. Give Shaneen our best, and congratulations once again. Evan Nappen, Ginny Simone with us on the phone from New Jersey, where, again, the DA allowing Shaneen Allen to enter that pretrial intervention program based once again on this opinion by the state attorney general, a clarification that was issued by the acting attorney general John Hoffman today, who said, quote, in most of these cases, imprisonment is neither necessary nor appropriate to serve the interests of justice and protect public safety. Meanwhile, Jim McClain, the DA, says, quote, in applying the factors set out in the clarification, I determined that the defendant in this case should be offered the opportunity to be admitted into the Atlantic County PTI program. The press of Atlantic City reports McClain previously said he did not allow such exceptions because they were so common that if it had been the legislature's intent, he said, that would have been among the written exceptions. In other words, there are so many cases like Shaneen's that have been happening in New Jersey that the DA says, well, you know, if the legislature wanted to do something about it, they would have said something about it. Now, as a result of this clarification by the Attorney General, not only is Shaneen able to enter the pretrial intervention program, but other cases are going to be looked at as well. The directive acknowledges that, quote, under current New Jersey law, these otherwise law-abiding persons are subject not only to arrest, prosecution, and conviction for unlawful possession of a firearm, but also to enhanced punishment, a mandatory minimum state prison sentence under the Graves Act, and a big change now coming to New Jersey. And as Evan said, NRA members, if you're watching this program, if you were sharing Shaneen's story on social media, if you were getting the word out about this injustice that was occurring in New Jersey, you too played a role in this decision. I don't think that this decision would have come down had the story of Shaneen Allen not gotten the attention that it did.